What's up? What's up? This is DJE for. Let me get the camera right. DJE, Rebel XD DJE. So it's Rebel XD DJE 101. You know, I guess you'll say maybe details that you probably always wanted to know about our group. I don't come from behind the scenes all that much. My partner Rebel XD, he's always been the more outspoken person of the group. I've always just did my thing on the turntables and on the music tip, which is where I feel most at home. But I guess these days, you know, it's been more of a sharing of information, and people want to know, I guess, you know, so out from behind the shadows I come. I guess we can make this really simple and easy, you know, going with, I guess the first question, I guess, what people would be is like, how did it start? How did we go from basement to wherever else we've been with doing music? And at this point, I guess for right now, maybe in future videos, I will talk about more endeavors that I've done with other people. But for right now, I'm going to keep this to talking about my group, Rebel XD and DJE. Hi, I'm DJE. You probably heard me doing the scratches on a lot of the songs that we've done, and for the most part, a lot of the production was done either by myself and, you know, Rebel. We always worked as a team. Few people know, but I guess I can go all the way back to the beginning. Our group started on a bus ride home. That's right, a bus ride home from a mutual friend of ours, and I guess Rebel might want to elaborate in a future video, I don't know, but basically from that bus ride home, from a block party, a party where we, you know, formally met, on this bus ride we talked, and we had a lot of the same influence. And at that time, the person I was working with, it was on the verge of falling apart. I was DJing for another person, and that was kind of falling apart at that time. And I met Rebel, who was looking to do something at that time. So with that being said, we met up in my basement, which is the original Dope Laboratory, as we called it, you know, because we were heavily influenced at that time by Ultramagnetic. So peace out to Ultra Magnetic, because see, Ultra Magnetic had the Ultra Lab, and we, you know, I guess it was Rebel. Rebel was the one that was like, well, we're gonna call this little space in our basement. Peace out to my parents for letting us make all that noise in the basement. We dubbed that space the Dope Laboratory. Well, Rebel dubbed it the Dope Laboratory, and I just rolled along with it. And in this space, we created a lot of material, and we did a lot of things, and a lot of that material I still have, and one day I guess I will post more of it. But for right now, I dug up one of the songs. I guess I'll play for you guys right now. But back to the story. We met up in my basement, and we worked on really, really. I guess to really put it, when we started, I was not a producer. I was strictly a DJ, and Rebel was strictly an MC. So, out of necessity of having a group, someone had to make the music. And at that time, everybody looked towards the DJ to make music. So, by default, I became the producer of our group. And there's only been a handful of people that actually produced for Rebel XD and DJE. The first person outside of myself would be a friend of ours, DC, Sean Cleveland. He was brought on and helped with a lot of pre-production. A lot of people don't know that, but he found several tracks, ideas for our group, and one of them being Omega, which was a sample that he dug up. And let me see, another person that produced for Rebel XD and DJE, one song, but they did it. You guys may know him as the legendary Trackster, and this was way early. We went over to Trackster's apartment, which he at that time he lived, I think, roughly about 5 blocks from me. So went over to his apartment, and he was working off of a ASR 10 at that time, and he produced a track called Rhyme Bombs for Rebel. And the third person to produce for our group outside of myself was Rick. Rick from the Mole Man. He produced material for us. Outside of that, that's it. Big shout out to Jeff at Hair Bear for engineering all our material in those early days, at least the Hair Bear sessions. But that's it. Anyone else who claimed they've done stuff for Rebel XD and DJE or whatever, I don't know about it. So, with that being said, in those early days, like I said, with very, very little experience. This is like 1980, what, 1987, 88? 87, mostly, last part of 87. I was working with some Technique turntables. I believe I had a Newmark mixer at that time. A Roland 626 drum machine. A couple of tape decks, like regular cassette tape decks. Nothing fancy, just I had two double cassette tape decks. And a Casio SK1 sampler, and that's what a lot of our early stuff was made on. I do have those demos, and those basement demos, which I will post up or let people hear, you know, if it seems to be any interest in hearing it. I guess leave a thumbs up or subscribe or something. However you guys do it, let me know if I see if there's some interest in it. Then I will put up some of that material. But today I'm gonna just play a little bit of a song like that will. I wanted to talk about this particular song. It's a song called Wannabe, and Wannabe is a concept that I kind of pushed on Rebel at that time, and this is getting him out of his comfort zone at that time. You know, Rebel is at that time, Rebel was strictly a battle rapper, and a very good battle rapper at that. And but I was really pushing our group to have more content, and this particular song I'm gonna play is like one of the first songs he attempted to push outside of his comfort zone. And let me just go ahead and roll back here and hit that play button. And
it started back around grade 9. I was younger with the vague math. A kid who just made rounds, but yo, that's Bay Town. For those who tried to put me deep down in what I was doing, they tried to ruin and go, which I was pursuing by diluting my pursuit to be a rap star. It's running forever that I never make it that far in life. But I start twice, cause I let my rights be right. Be hyped by some hypes who don't own likes. In other words, stuff you can't rap, try to talk rap, lips black, we can zip back, cause that ain't jack. A matter of fact, I kept doing right every day and every night. Despite of a schedule that was very tight, I did my own thing, and sometimes I was talking about, cause I carried a pad and wrote as I walked about.
I hope you can hear that.
So later I was a veteran, but since I wasn't on wax yet, people said I couldn't be better than the average rapper on the radio who gets the thin rounds. But I was better by at least 10 times, so sales of put downs haunted me. But some people step up in front of me and call me a wannabe.
Yo, Rebel, man, what you trying to do? Get out there and rap? Rap ain't nothing but crap, man. What you trying to do?
That's a friend of mine by the name of Larry who did some ad-libs in the studio. So that's the Wannabe track. I know I never posted that up online at all. You know, it just sits in my files over here as I digitize things. But yeah, that's just a taste. I'll make another one of these videos if people seem to be interested in it and knowing more of the essence of what our group was about. And hopefully maybe Rebel will make a video of his own and add his, perspective to this story. But for right now, I'll just give you a little more of this track right here. All right, thanks for tuning in for right now. Like I said, anybody interested in hearing this song in its entirety, subscribe and hit me with a message in the inbox, and I'll shoot you out a copy of it or something. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So just get at me, and you know, and for the people that stayed around this long, you know, thanks. You know, appreciate it. Peace out.